information with the real scenario, with the real fact that we can, for example, find in the real network. Let me to show you the simple scenario. In this scenario, we have only one DHCP server and also one switch and also one PC. I'm going to show you how this process can be occurring. This is our scenario. In this scenario, we have a DHCP server. I have configured this DHCP server before. The IP address of the DHCP server is 192.168.1.5, and also I have configured one DHCP pool in the, for example, in this DHCP server. I'm going to capture the link between the switch and DHCP server, and after that I will enable and turn on the PC1. We can see the process. Look at here. I'm going to capture the ETH00. Okay, after that, now we can start the PC1. Look at here, let me to start the PC1, and we need to wait some second. After some second, we can verify the, for example, our capture file. Now the PC1 is starting. And when the PC1 is, for example, booting, we can see the process of giving IP address from the DHCP server. Also, if you want, you can see the PC1 booting process. This is the PC1, for example. Now the Windows is starting, okay, and here again we have the capture. Let me to wait some second. After some second, we can verify the result. As you can see now, our PC is booting. The Windows is the operating system of this, for example, PC. And here, as you can see now, we have some of the DHCP message. Let me to capture only DHCP message. Okay, here we have DHCP request and DHCP ACK. It's not important. Let me to show you the process. We need to wait some second. Let me to wait for example, booting this system. Okay. And here we have some information about the DHCP, but I'm going to show you everything from the scratch. We can release or the IP address of this PC, and then after that again taking one new IP address. Okay, you know that we have some commands in DHCP, for example, ipconfig/release. Let me to show you in command prompt. I'm going to use ipconfig/release. This command can help us to releasing the IP address to the DHCP server, and after that we can renew our IP address. Okay, this is the command a client sent to DHCP server to inform the DHCP server that the client has released its DHCP lease, thus allowing the DHCP server to reassign the client IP address to another client. Okay, look at here, ipconfig/release. Here now you can see the DHCP release. Now we don't have any IP address. Let me to do again ipconfig/renew, another command. Okay, ipconfig/renew means I'm going to taking the new IP address from the DHCP server, and you will see here the overall process again: the DHCP discovery, DHCP offer, DHCP request, and finally DHCP acknowledgement. Look at here, ipconfig/renew here. Okay, after that, now as you can see here, we have DHCP discovery, DHCP offer, DHCP request, and DHCP acknowledgement. Let me to talk about this, for example, for message here. As you can see now, we have IP address, we have default gateway, we have subnet mask, and if you want to see more information, you can use ipconfig/all. Here you will have more information: DHCP server IP address, default gateway IP address, subnet mask, and also a DNS server, for example. All of this addressing was taken from the DHCP server. Let me to review this message here, DHCP discovery. As you can see, the DHCP discovery is sent by the PC1 with the source IP of quad 0 and destination IP of the quad 2 Part5. Why? Because we don't know the IP address of the DHCP server. We can use the broadcast message. Again, the DHCP can send us a DHCP, a broadcast message, DHCP offer. After that, again, DHCP request is a broadcast message, and finally DHCP ACK message. Okay, here in the information of the DHCP discovery, you can see here we are sending dynamic host configuration from the port of 68 to 67. 68 is the port of client, 67 is the port of server, and after that, as you can see, this is UDP. And then the source IP, destination IP, also source MAC is the MAC of PC1, the destination MAC is the broadcast MAC address. You know it, okay? And after that, in the DHCP offer, we have again dynamic host configuration protocol. Source port now is changed to 67 server, and the destination port 68 client, and the source IP of the DHCP server, and destination IP is the broadcast. Again, this is broadcast, you know it, okay? After that, in DHCP request, everything is same with the DHCP discovery, okay? Because this DHCP request can be sent from the PC1 to the, for example, DHCP server. Again, this is broadcast, and finally DHCP acknowledge is broadcast, and after this the PC1 can use the IP address in that for example received from the PC1 from the server. Look at here in DHCP offer, we have the offer of the DHCP to the for example client your IP address, and after that the DHCP server IP address and some other useful information that we can see in the different option. Option 1 is the subnet mask, option for example 3 is the default gateway IP address, option 6 is the DNS address, or some other options that we have. Okay, here we have 4 useful message. Let me to talk about this 4 useful again. DHCP discovery. What is the DHCP discovery? A client sends this message in an attempt to locate a DHCP server. This message is sent to broadcast IP address quad 255 using UDP port 67. That's it. Again, DHCP offer. DHCP offer. A DHCP offer sends the DHCP server sends this message in response to a DHCP discovery message using UDP port 68. Then DHCP request. This broadcast message is a request from the client to the DHCP server for the IP addressing information and options that were received in the DHCP offer message. And finally, DHCP acknowledge. Okay, DHCP acknowledge. A DHCP server sends this message to a client and include IP configuration parameter. Also, here we have some other DHCP message. Let me to give you a little more information about the, for example, DHCP inform. This message is sent from a client, look at here from the PC1, to the DHCP server and request IP configuration parameters. Such a message might be sent from an access server requesting IP configuration information for a remote client attaching to the access server. It is not important, but this is a special message that we are using in the for example DHCP. And also you learn about the DHCP release, and this means that after DHCP discovery, DHCP offer, DHCP request, DHCP ACK, we have some another for example less usage or lower usage DHCP message, DHCP inform, DHCP release, or some other message. Okay, because of that now we can understand and we know about the process of the DHCP, how a PC can take the IP address from the DHCP, but don't forget all of the messages that be sent from the PC1 to DHCP server to taking IP address are broadcast. This means that the DHCP server should be, for example, stay in the network of the PC1. If you have one router between the PC1 and DHCP server, you need to add a new feature to taking IP address from the DHCP server, because the broadcast cannot for example pass from a router. You know it. Okay, how we can take IP address when we have a router or more than one router between the DHCP client and DHCP server. In this scenario, as you can see, we have PC1 connected to the, for example, switch, and then router 1. And also DHCP server is residing in another network. You know that if the PC1 try to take IP address from the DHCP server, it cannot send its DHCP discovery message to the, for example, DHCP server, because the DHCP discovery is a broadcast message, as you saw, and because of that, we cannot forward the DHCP discovery from the router to the other network. Okay, now the question is that how we can take IP address from the DHCP server.